Voice is an innovative grant facility that supports the most marginalized and discriminated people in 10 countries in Africa and Asia. It aims to amplify and connect the unheard voices with a principle of leaving no one behind. Let us take you on a journey to explore the work Voice is doing in Uganda while addressing the various forms of abuse, marginalization, and discrimination facing the less fortunate members of our society. Disability is a physical and mental impairment that prevents a person from living to their full potential. The different forms of disabilities are physical, mental, visual, and hearing impairments. Persons with albinism in Uganda are among those discriminated and marginalized due to their physical appearance. They lack melanin that limits their vision and exposes them to the risk of developing skin cancer when exposed to the sun's rays. In their communities, they are among the poorest because of low vision, which hampers their education attainment. Some are denied gainful employment, whereas others are unable to work long hours under the sun. Society's myths and misconceptions about their existence have resulted in stigma and kidnapping for ritual sacrifices to attain blessings and riches.
One of the friends and the neighbors, they said, "You produced a ghost." I said, "If it is a ghost, it is God, is a gift."
When I reached at campus, my first day, I was allocated to sleep in a hall. And in this hall, I found a lot of stigma.
Albinism Umbrella has conducted a research and mapping exercise in 10 districts of eastern Uganda to create a database of persons with albinism and document their challenges for action by policymakers and other key stakeholders.
Women with albinism face double stigma. One, there are those who are mothers to children with albinism, and then there are women with albinism.
Through Arua District Blind Women Association, Voice is also supporting visually impaired vulnerable women to attain self-help and economic empowerment.
As girls and women with disabilities, they are stigmatized, isolated, discriminated, humiliated, and deprived of developmental opportunities.
Age discrimination is a growing form of abuse and marginalization facing youth and older persons in Uganda. Uganda reached the Age Association and Help Age International in partnership with Voice are implementing a 2-year action research project entitled Understand and Challenge Ageism Campaign. The research has documented the numbers of older persons facing discrimination and abuse in communities with a view of informing policy and programming. The program is utilizing the validation meetings at district and national level to advocate for the rights of older persons and to call upon the duty bearers to take action against the discrimination of older persons.
Women in Uganda suffer several challenges as exploitation, abuse, and violence.
Anne-Mary Chomhanji lives here in the deeper recesses of Buheju district. At dawn, she commences a journey to the gold mines. She says farewell to the family and she commences the journey on a dirt road, which is miles away.
Bye.
It's a tough day ahead as she ponders about the dangers she must overcome at the gold mine. She is one of an estimated 90,000 women involved in artisanal and small-scale miners. In Mubende and Buheju, some of the districts where Global Rights Alert works, there are an estimated 78,550 artisanal and small-scale gold miners. Of these, 15,403 are women. The problems here range from limited platforms for articulating their concerns and interests, lack of protective gear, and little pay, among others. women are paid a paltry 100 shillings for each basin of sand they collect from the pit. Beads of sweat clog this woman's face, but she must make 100 trips to the pit to collect 100 basins of sand for her to raise just 10,000 shillings to buy a kilogram of meat.
So to see mining associations that were dominantly, male-led, saying let's have a woman on the committee, to see the mining associations saying let us help other women also to form their women association, like the case in Mubende. I think women artisanal miners are forming their own association, and the male one have accepted. To see that every time we are speaking at a conference, women are able to stand up and give presentations and give testimonies. For us, it's very encouraging. These places we are not available.
In northern Uganda, the civil war waged by the Lord's Resistance Army left the region poorer, more fragile than the rest of the country. There are several challenges facing the region, such as land conflicts, poverty, poor health, and low employment opportunities. In this region, women's struggle to access land for production has often attracted violence from spouses, in-laws, and other community members. Voice through civil society organizations is building life skills, financial literacy, promoting land rights, and supporting women through village saving and loan associations to start and grow their incomes. FITCH is one of voice-funded initiatives that is uplifting the economic status of women in northern Uganda.
Today, through Village Saving and Loan Association VSLA approach, FITCH has built the capacity of at least 240 women to form 8 VSLA groups in order to realize their own financial capacity and undertake economic activities to improve their livelihoods.
Domestic workers in Uganda are facing extreme violation and abuse because their work is not regulated. Platform for Labor Action is working to regulate the domestic work sector in Uganda.
The domestic workers sector is one of the 3 sectors which employ 50% of women.
Have been very happy with the program because they see a change in the conduct of their domestic workers after we have brought them into the association.
I've learned the rights, my responsibilities as a domestic worker.
Twalinga oluusi bakama baffe ofunye boosi bo bw'aba ng'akunyaze ssente nga takusasudde tolina woyinza kuddukira bakuyambe. Naye baatuyigiriza engeri gye tukola ki nti balina balooya be bayinza kutuyamba b'obwereere. Nga ffe ba domestic workers tetulina ssente zigula looya. Kati ntulaba ffe nga kituyambye nnyo. Kati nitukola ki ne tuyiga tulina we tuyinza naffe kuddukira ne tufuna obuyambi.
Indigenous groups and ethnic minorities are some of the marginalized persons in our society today. In Uganda, the ethnic minorities that Voice is targeting include the Basongora of Western Uganda, the Batwa residing in parts of Western and Southwestern Uganda, the Benet found in the eastern part of Uganda on the slopes of Mount Elgon. Kabarole Research Center is a voice partner that is building the capacity of ethnic minorities to fight for their rights. The Benet Lobby Group has also partnered with Voice to fight for the right to nationality by the Benet community. Voice Linking and Learning is a set of activities and platforms that bring grantees together to share and learn from each other. Linking and learning is the heart and soul of Voice because it is integrated in everything we do as grantees, stakeholders, and all Voice target groups. When people connect, learning starts. When people listen, learning enhances. When people do and act, learning deepens. And sometimes we need to unlearn. Linking and learning is guided by the principles of leave no one behind, nothing about us without us, putting the farthest behind first. The linking and learning activities are led by Legal Aid Service Providers Network and Strategic Link. In the past year, some of the activities have been conducting kick-off meetings for new grantees to introduce linking and learning and how the connectedness to other voice partners enhances their work and productivity. Grantees have participated in learning events and forums which allow for self-reflection, learning or even unlearning some aspects to become better. The linking and learning activities are all consolidated in the online digital platform that not only acts as a repository for grantees, but allows them to connect with each other and share and learn from each other.